What's up, y'all? Welcome back. Today's video will be a step-by-step tutorial for my recipe for chicken parmesan, along with a side of fettuccine Alfredo, garlic bread, and marinated grilled zucchini and yellow squash. Just a heads up, this video will be moving pretty quick, so sit back and relax. I've got the recipe and cooking instructions in the description box below. We'll be starting this video off by making a simple brine. What exactly is a brine? Well, let me show you. In food processing, brining is treating food with brine or coarse salt, which preserves and seasons the food while enhancing the tenderness and flavor with additions such as herbs, spices, sugar, caramel, and or vinegar. Meat and fish are typically brined for less than 24 hours. When veggies, cheeses, and fruit are brined in a much longer process known as pickling. Brine it can also be achieved by covering the meat in a dry coarse salt and left for several hours. The salt then draws moisture from the interior of the meat to the surface, where it mixes with the salt and is then reabsorbed with salt, essentially brewing the meat in its own juices. Salt rub is then rinsed off and discarded before cooking. I use a brine every time I'm cooking white meat, especially on Thanksgiving when I'm making the turkey. Now back to the kitchen. Once it starts boiling, add salt, brown sugar, bay leaves, black peppercorn, and lemon. The boiling water will help the salt and sugar dissolve. In a separate container, go ahead and place your ice cubes and pour in the hot brine. The ice cubes and the ice cold water will help bring down the temperature of the brine. It should be equal parts of brine to ice cold water. Now place your sliced chicken breast into a ziplock bag and pour in the brine. Shut the bag tight, make sure it's tight. Put it in a container and place it into the fridge until it's ready. The yellow squash and the zucchini will both be cut from the top and the bottom and sliced lengthwise 3 times. Just like the chicken, place the veggies and the marinade into a Ziploc bag with a container underneath and into the fridge. While everything's marinating, now would be a good time to go ahead and clean up. Always remember to clean as you go. As of right now, the chicken should have been brining for at least 30 minutes. Strain out all the brine and pick out all the peppercorns, lemons, and bay leaves. Usually after being brined, the meat is then placed on top of a cooling rack just to help the brine drip off as much as it can. Nowadays, you can find spaghetti sauce already prepared for you at your local grocery store. So today we're going to use tomato and basil. And to keep things interesting, we're going to add 1 can of Hunt's diced fire roasted tomatoes. Place the pot on the back burner set for medium and cover. Now it's time to set up our breading station. For our breading station, we have on our left all-purpose flour, 4 beaten eggs, Italian breadcrumbs with Parmesan cheese. To begin, take 1 slice of chicken and fully coat with flour. Tap off the excess flour. And dip that chicken into the egg. Take the chicken and place it into the breadcrumbs. Toss a little bit on top and then press down, turn over, and repeat. Be sure to tap off any excess breadcrumbs and place aside. Now would be a time to preheat your pan. Repeat the breading process until all of it's done and set aside. Now that the oil is nice and hot, gently place your chicken one by one, leaving enough space for each of them. Depending on how hot your oil is, it should take about 6 minutes on each side or golden brown. Once your chicken is nice golden brown, take it out and drip it on a tray or paper towel. Now for the vegetables, your grill or skillet needs to be very, very hot for a hard sear. Place the veggies face down and cover. While the veggies are working, we're going to start the Alfredo sauce. Melt your butter and garlic together in a medium saucepan for about 5 minutes. Then season your butter with salt and white pepper. Now it's time to make your roux. Add your all-purpose flour and stir. Once your flours fully combine, add your cream and stir. We're going to let this cook up for a little bit and start the chicken parm in the oven. When the cream has came up to a boil, turn it down to medium and add Parmesan cheese. The cheese will help in thickening the sauce as well. Melt a stick of butter and some garlic in a small saucepan. Using a spoon, evenly distribute the garlic butter on each piece of bread. Top the bread off with some cracked black pepper and a few dashes of paprika. Place that into the oven until it's golden brown and go ahead and pull out the chicken parm. Remember, this chicken still will be very hot. I like to cut my garlic bread at a bias. When you're plating your food, keep in mind that you should take pride in your work. People eat with their eyes first. Now this may seem a little overwhelming watching this, but it really is pretty simple and it gets easier every time you practice. Hot pan, hot Alfredo, and hot pasta. All you gotta do is toss. Take your pasta with a pair of tongs, point side down, and twist. Again, that's take the pasta with tongs, point side down, and twist.